Don't you just love when you feel like a bomb ass? I mean, really, isn't it empowering to feel so confident, so sensual, so sexy in your own body, in your own skin? And even if it's because you just put on a really nice outfit or you did your makeup, what if you could feel like this all of the time, where you feel confident and assured of yourself? Believe it or not, this is something that I struggled with for a long time, specifically after my 3-year toxic relationship. I lost the connection to myself so badly that I literally could not stand looking at myself in the mirror. And the funny thing is that a lot of people would dismiss the fact that I didn't feel as beautiful or as confident in myself because of the way that I looked. I was skinnier and had curves and a pretty face, so it's like I'm not really entitled to feel a lack of self-esteem, which is just not true. It's on the other side of the spectrum. Even if you didn't have an image that is acceptable by society, but you feel confident about yourself, there's nothing that anyone could say or do to bring you down. But even on a bigger scale, there are famous people and models even that, yes, have the beauty, the success, the recognition, and still don't feel enough, who still aren't connected to themselves. So it doesn't even really matter how others see you, whether it's in a good way or a bad way. At the end of the day, it's about how you feel inside. And you've probably already heard this, but being magnetic and feeling connected to yourself in a sensual, confident, and beautiful way, it's not something that you look for outside of yourself. It's about awakening the dark feminine and goddess energy within. Wherever you are in your self-love journey, I'm going to be sharing with you enjoyable and practical ways to ignite that fiery, seductive, and passionate energy that already exists within you. I truly want you to start feeling more empowered, comfortable, and deeply connected to yourself in a more intimate way. And as I always like to say, please don't just watch my videos. Don't watch me just to watch me. Take notes, apply this. If you actually start embodying and applying the practices that I share with you, there's just no way you're not going to notice a difference. If you really want to start feeling more confident in yourself, if you really want to shift your identity and feel more secure, and really with any of the videos that I share, the only way is to take action. So let's go ahead and dive into the video. The first thing is going to be journaling. Why journaling, you may ask? Aside from journaling being one of the most powerful tools to use for any type of healing, I want you to meet your shadow self. I want you to be clear on why it is that you feel disconnected from yourself in the first place. This way, you can finally release these limiting beliefs about your body and appearance. And be aware, this can feel a little bit uncomfortable because you're going to face these insecurities head on, but it's the only way to overcome them. And trust me, you'll thank me later. Please, please, please do not skip this part of the video. Whenever you're ready to actually journal, come back to this part of the video and journal along with it. Because without getting to the root cause and knowing why you even feel this way in the first place, you're going to have a much harder time tapping into that confident aspect of yourself. So go ahead and set up a serene space for yourself. Maybe put some meditative music on, dim down the lights, grab your pen, grab your journal, and journal on the following questions. What about yourself makes you feel the least confident? What is it that you dislike? And you can think about this both on a physical aspect and also on a personality aspect. For me personally, it was about the way that I allowed my anger to take the best of me. Because when I got angry, I got really angry, and I would say some really hurtful things to those that I love. And on a physical aspect, it was more so my stomach, because I had the little pooch, and also my breast. The second thing is that I want you to identify where these beliefs come from. What experiences, situations, or even comments from other people have made you question your own worth and beauty. For me, I think that being angry was about me never truly learning how to be patient. I always struggled with being a patient person, so I would go from 0 to 100 real quick. And when it comes to my physical appearance and the insecurity about my breasts, it's because I would always hear comments within my family, within my community, within my friends, or on social media, basically everywhere, that having bigger breasts is nicer and having a certain shape is better, or whatever it may be. So that created that limiting belief for me. Number 3, what does being confident and beautiful mean to you? Who do you know that radiates sensual and confident energy, that when you see them, you immediately admire the way that they carry themselves? And what makes you admire them? Is it the way that they speak, the way that they walk, their eye contact, the way that they dress? Maybe it's just their posture. To me personally, being beautiful or confident in yourself, it's really about knowing your worth. It's not comparing yourself or not being affected by what society thinks and deems acceptable with appearance, and knowing that you're beautiful or sexy uniquely as you are. It's basically not allowing those judgments, those comparisons to affect you and the way that you look. And in terms of who I look up to that radiates this confident sensual energy, it would have to be Zoe Saldana. Number 4, what qualities you have of your own that make you a unique and beautiful person? Feeling confident stems from within, so I want you to point out the good qualities about yourself, both on a physical and personality aspect, such as how thoughtful, kind, and compassionate you are, or how much you like your hair, or your lips, or your eyes. What are the favorite things about yourself that make you beautiful? The 5th and final journaling prompt is, when do you feel most confident about yourself, and how can you extend that confidence on a daily basis? Is it when you get your hair done, or if you get a facial, or if you put on some lingerie on? Or is it when you wear a little bit of makeup? For you, it could even be when you're working out. For me personally, it's when I'm dancing and doing hip movements specifically. There's something about moving your hips in circular motions or in a seductive way that instantly activates that dark feminine energy within, that sensuality. It's so important for you to be aware of the fact that the only reason you don't see or feel yourself as confident, sexy, or beautiful is simply because society and your environment has told you what you need to look like in order to be deemed acceptable or alluring. Which brings me to point number 2. Stop comparing yourself. And I actually have a video that you can watch to truly help you stop comparing yourself once and for all, whether this is on your appearance or your progress in life. And I'll link it somewhere up here for you to check out if you feel drawn to taking a look. But please understand that the main reason why you don't feel confident in yourself is because you're constantly looking at what you're supposed to look like. Your hair should be longer, your waist should be smaller, your butt should be bigger, your breast should be bigger, your lips should be bigger, because that's what's deemed acceptable, that's what's deemed beautiful, when that's just not true at all. Get that out of your head. By now, you should know that society is not always right. And just because you see someone with thousands of followers with a more petite and defined body does not mean that they're more attractive than you. So I want you to start becoming more aware in that moment of when you are comparing yourself, specifically when you're on social media. And also remember that a lot of the things are not what they seem. I want you to instead remind yourself of the bomb, beautiful, sexy, unique being that you are, just as you are. Having that type of awareness in that moment when you're able to catch yourself comparing yourself will definitely help you call your power back instead of going down this rabbit hole of how someone else looks better than you. And do you know how often we are constantly wishing to have what someone else had, and the entire time that same person is looking back at you wishing that they had something that you have? While you're wishing to have the lips or the hair that someone else has, there's literally someone looking at you wishing that they had your skin color, your body shape, your eyes, or whatever. Believe it or not, this happens a lot more often than we realize. So when you're comparing yourself, try your best to limit comparison and instead focus on the qualities about yourself that you truly like. Number 3, indulge in sensuality. Assuming that you did follow the journaling prompts, I want you to give in and play with your sensual energy. You're going to follow prompt number 5 out of the journaling prompts to schedule time throughout the week in doing something that makes you feel confident, that makes you feel connected to your sensual energy. Think about whatever makes you feel connected to your body and your dark feminine energy. For me, it's certainly a nasty night out drinking. Just kidding. It's definitely putting on some nice sensual music and moving my hips. There's something about doing certain poses that really put me in that space. I also really feel confident when I put on an outfit that makes me feel comfortable yet sexy and that naturally complements my body. Clothes definitely play a big part in how confident you feel in yourself, so maybe I would play around with your wardrobe. Clothing. And also look for ways to switch up your style. For some people, working out is a way to feel more confident and sexy. And of course, you are literally changing your physical appearance. And for me, I do not like heavy lifting, so I more so enjoy yoga. Something else that really puts me in my sensual energy is self-pleasure. And yes, the kind you're thinking about. Self-stimulation is powerful, specifically when you do it with intention. I like to take my time exploring my body, and I'll set the entire scene. I'll put on some really nice music, some candles, and sometimes even flowers. And maybe you don't have to do all of that, but don't make it just about the climax. Take your time, make sounds, tease yourself, heck, put on a whole performance for yourself. I want you to get more comfortable in that space without feeling weird or cringy or uncomfortable. It can actually be really fun and a great intimate way to connect with yourself. And if you're up for it, record yourself. And let me just say, these are things that I used to cringe at myself for and be ashamed of. I couldn't make videos like that or even look at myself in the mirror while doing those things. I thought I looked awkward, but of course that was only my insecurities. Instead, I decided to explore and embrace my sexuality, including on camera. And this actually helped me to feel more connected to myself, to feel more confident, and even to see what poses and what things look better than what doesn't. And also think about it this way, if you're able to truly feel confident within yourself or with yourself, specifically in such an intimate way, then you'll only feel more confident with other people. But overall, I simply want you to connect to your sensuality through the things that make you feel confident. Just apply some of that on a daily basis, whatever it is for you. Number 4, go all in and show the F out. Try out different things and different routines. Some micro habits that boost my self-esteem are things like grooming, pampering myself, using oils to moisturize my skin, keeping my nails done. This is absolutely my favorite. I just have to always have them done. It always makes me feel so girly. Having my eyebrows cleaned, smelling good, and basically any personal hygiene or upkeep. Other micro habits that I really enjoy and that boost my confidence is not looking a mess 100% of the time. Most of the time when I'm home, I used to just be in a long baggy open shirt, my hair a complete mess, my face a complete mess. And not that you can never be your raw authentic self, that's fine, but I found myself even going out to run errands and get things done or go grocery shopping or go to the bank looking like that. And then I started pampering and I started prepping just a little bit more, not necessarily wearing a whole face of makeup, but I started to groom myself more often. And maybe before going out, I would do a facial and I would do a slick back bun instead of just keeping it all messy as if I just rolled out of bed. And not wearing such baggy clothes and wearing something cute yet comfortable while running my errands also made a difference. This is one that I truly recommend. I'm telling you, on your day-to-day, just do something to make you feel a little bit, you don't have to do the whole thing, but just something that'll uplift you a little bit will put you in such a different space. Another way to explore your sensuality is by having a lingerie photo shoot. Get yourself those sexy matching sets, and you can either take these pictures yourself or get them professionally done like I did. At the end of the day, you just have to show up as this confident, sexy version of yourself. Being in your dark and feminine energy is about embodying and embracing the wilder side of you. It means that you're passionate, seductive, magnetic, and fearless. When you walk in a room, walk as if you own it, as if you're walking down a runway. The other thing is that nobody will ever truly know that you're not confident in yourself unless you show them that. This is something that a lot of people would say to me, that I always seem so confident. confident and so secure in myself, even when I didn't feel that way. And the thing is that regardless of how I felt, I always tried to show up as that girl. And eventually I became her. Okay, my beautiful friends, that concludes our video for today. And I would love to hear about what makes you feel most confident. What exude what exudes your sensual energy? Let me know down in the comments. And if you want to learn how to become a high value woman, then watch this video next because I go over just that in this video. Mwah. See ya!